So let's just settle into our meditation posture. The feet flat on the floor. Be sitting on top of your sits bones, shoulders are aligned with the hips, and just lengthen the spine. Imagining that your spine is a string of pearls of light. And take a nice deep breath. As we settle and we go inwards before we start our day, where we're going to be, probably for most of us, putting out. So this is just a time of reflection, of almost privacy, self-healing, collecting ourselves, grounding ourselves. So really, if your feet are on the ground, really try and feel your connection between yourself and the earth. This is what is holding us up. It nourishes us. So really try and feel that, not to take the ground beneath our feet for granted. And you can feel the balls of your feet, the pinky mound, the toe mound, the heels, and then the sides of the soles of the feet, depending on the shape of your foot. And you might feel the little toe pads in the ground. Just try and really feel connected there. And again, just lengthen. Go to the crown of the head and relax the scalp, the forehead, and the eyes, the nose, the cheeks, the mouth, the jaw, back of the head. And allow your shoulders and your shoulder blades to drop down. Relax the throat, the chest, the belly, and all of your limbs. And again, take a nice deep breath. And just notice the sensation of the air as it flows in and out of the nostrils. For some of you, you might prefer to notice the sensation of the air as the rising and the falling of the chest. You might notice the belly. But try not to focus on all of those places at once. Just choose one. And then just notice if there are any sounds in your environment. It's a lot darker in the mornings here, just this last few days. The birds are just starting to wake up now. So for many of you, it's already light. So whatever sounds there are in your environment, whether it's people, pets, or the outside environment, just allow those sounds to be there. Just for this next, we are at 25 minutes, 24 minutes left. So just allow them to be there. Try not to have the mind running off. We're so happily distracted all the time. So try and keep the mind inside. And then just notice the thoughts that are arising and have compassion for yourself. We tend to sort of look at our thoughts and give ourselves a hard time. So try not to criticize, just be happy to be able to see what there is inside. And just look at it. objectively. Oh, that's curious. And one way I found that's really nice to put some space in between the thoughts so they don't run off and sort of take over and you found you're in a story, is to sort of categorize the thoughts. To be as simple as thinking, remembering, planning. And then we just put ourselves on the bank of our river. Notice the quality of the water. And then just remember that while we're sitting on the bank, we're free from that river. So we bring to mind, as we always do, as a beginning practice of bodhicitta, is this idea of equanimity. So within this little practice of friend, enemy, stranger that we've been doing is also this idea of impermanence. Impermanence is something that we all know about. We see it every day. We see the seasons change. We see people die. We see people be born. We see people make money. We see people lose money. Yet we still don't think it's going to happen to us. Change. And when it does, we all freak out. Well, to some extent or other. So this friend, this person that we love, our spouses and children and family members and, your best and dearest friends, in the ones we don't like and the ones we don't know, they can change place at any time. So love the ones you love. Be grateful for those relationships. Be curious about the ones that you don't like so much, knowing that you could like them, you could love them one day. And the same with the strangers that we don't tend to care about too much. If a stranger dies, we couldn't care less. It's just a name in the paper, in the news. But if that stranger was someone we'd been in a relationship with, even for 6 months or a year, we'd be just, our life would fall apart. So it's curious. And then think all these people are equal in their wish to be happy, the wish to be free from suffering and having this extraordinary capacity for a mind of Buddhahood. So imagine a Buddha is above the crown of the head, Medicine Buddha. He's sitting on a moon disk, which is resting in the center of an open lotus. And he's facing the same way as you. His legs are crossed in the full Vajra, full lotus posture. And he's made of this royal blue, maybe sapphire light. And every aspect of the visualization is made of light, excuse me, and radiates light. His right hand is resting on his right knee in the gesture of granting sublime realizations, and is holding the stem of an aurora plant between his thumb and first finger. So the back of his hand is resting on the knee and he's holding this plant. His left hand is in his lap in the gesture of concentration, excuse me, and holds a bowl filled with nectar. The bowl is also made of sapphire light. Light, that's the color of sapphire. And he's wearing the 3 saffron robes of a monk and has all the signs and marks of this fully enlightened Buddha. He has this beautiful face, peaceful, smiling, and he's looking at all beings in the universe with compassion and kindness equally. He's not discriminating. So really, just for a moment, just try and get a sense of this medicine Buddha above the crown of your head. And imagine, remember, he is the embodiment of all enlightened beings and their qualities, their extraordinary qualities. So really try and feel, experience the peace, the love, the compassion emanating from him. You can also imagine that this is the mind of your teacher, if you have one. And if you don't, perhaps you could imagine it's the mind of His Holiness the Dalai Lama. Or maybe there is another Lama that you've seen that touches your heart. It just makes it a little bit more personal. Otherwise, it's just we don't really have a relationship with this Sambhogakaya aspect of these Buddhas, most of us. So here we have one prayer for the Buddhas. I go for refuge until I'm enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By my practice of giving and other perfections, may I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. Excuse me, I go for refuge until I'm enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By my practice of giving and other perfections, may I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. I go for refuge until I'm enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By my practice of giving and other perfections, may I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. May all sentient beings have happiness and the causes of happiness. May all sentient beings be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May all sentient beings be inseparable from the happiness that is free from suffering. May all sentient beings abide in equanimity, free from attachment and anger that hold some close and others distant. To the Bhagavan Tathagata Arhat, fully enlightened Buddha, medicine guru, king of sapphire light, I prostrate, go for refuge, and make offerings. May your vow to benefit sentient beings now ripen for myself and others. Okay, so let's just imagine infinite rays of white light flowing down from the heart and the body of the medicine Buddha. And just imagine this light filling your body and purifying all disease and afflictions and all of the causes of all these problems, our negative karmas, our delusions, our mental obscurations. And all these negativities leave your body in the form of thick black liquid like engine oil, and your body becomes clean and clear as crystal. And you can also imagine all the other beings in your life being purified in the same way as we recite the mantra. O Taya Tam Bekanze Bekanze Maha Bekanze Bekanze Raja Samangate Soha Taya Tam Bekanze Bekanze Maha Bekanze Bekanze Raja Samangate Soha Taya Tam Bekanze Bekanze Maha Bekanze Bekanze Raja Samangate Soha Taya Tam Bekanze Bekanze Maha Bekanze Bekanze Raja Samangate Soha Taya Tam Bekanze Bekanze Maha Bekanze Bekanze Raja Samangate Soha Taya Tahom Bekanze Bekanze Mahabekanze Bekanze Raja Samangate Soha Taya Tahom Bekanze Bekanze Mahabekanze Bekanze Raja Samangate Soham. Tayatam, Bekanzi, Bekanzi, Ma, Bekanzi, Bekanzi, Bekanzi. Tayatam, Bekanzi, Bekanzi, Ma, Bekanzi, Bekanzi. Bekanzi, Bekanzi, Ma, Bekanzi, Bekanzi, Raja Samangate Soha, Tayatam, Bekanzi, Bekanzi. Maha Bekanzi, Bekanzi, Raja Samangate Swaha. Now, as we recite the mantra again, this time imagine light flowing from the medicine Buddha fills your body and brings this time all the realizations of the path to enlightenment, all the qualities of the Buddhas and the Bodhisattvas. And you can imagine the same thing is happening to all other beings and feel that you and all the other beings have actually received all of these excellent qualities. And you've received all the blessings and the inspiration of the medicine Buddha. Ho Taya Tahom Bekanze Bekanze Maha Bekanze Bekanze Raja Samangate Soha Taya Tahom Bekanze Bekanze Maha Bekanze Bekanze Raja Samangate Soham Taya Tahom Bekanze Bekanze Maha Bekanze Bekanze Raja Samangate Soham Taya Tahom Bekanze Bekanze Maha Bekanze Bekanze Raja Samangate Soham Taya Tahom Bekanze Bekanze Maha Bekanze Bekanze Raja Samangate Soham Taya Tahom Bekanze Bekanze Maha Bekanze Bekanze Raja Samangate Soham Taya Tahom Bekanze Bekanze Maha Bekanze Bekanze Raja Samangate Soham. Taya Tahom Bekanzi Bekanzi Ma Bekanzi Bekanzi Raja Samangate Soham. Taya Tahom Bekanzi Bekanzi Ma. Taya Tahom Bekanzi Bekanzi Ma Bekanzi Bekanzi Raja Samangate Soham. Now imagine the medicine Buddha melting into light. And this light just absorbs into your heart. And your mind becomes one with the enlightened mind of all the Buddhas. And just imagine this as we recite the mantra again. O Taya Tam Bekanze Bekanze Ma Bekanze Bekanze Raja Samangate Soha Taya Tam Bekanze Bekanze Mahabekanze, Bekanze, Raja Samangate Soha, Taya Tahom, Bekanze, Bekanze, Mahabekanze, Bekanze, Raja Samangate Soha, Taya Tahom, Bekanze, Bekanze, Mahabekanze, Bekanze, Raja Samangate Soha, Taya Tahom, Bekanze, Bekanze, Mahabekanze, Bekanze, Raja Samangate Soha, Taya Tahom, Bekanze, Bekanze, Mahabekanze, Bekanze, Raja Samangate Soham. Taya Tahom, Bekanze, Bekanze, Mahabekanze, Bekanze, Bekanze, Mahabekanze, Bekanze. Atom Bekanzi Bekanzi Ma Bekanzi Bekanzi Raja Samangate Swaha. So now, as your mind is now one with the enlightened mind of all the Buddhas, the mind of your teachers, let your mind rest here for a moment in a state that's completely clear and peaceful and free from its usual busy thoughts and conceptions. So we have another 4 or 5 minutes. So just for this short time left, just try and imagine this, want this, and really feel this is actually your true nature. This is who you really are, not all that other stuff. Your nature is pure and clear. And let's just dedicate all the merit, all the positive energy that we've created during this meditation to the benefit of all living beings. And let's hope Lorraine's tooth gets better. And I don't see Hin here again today, so just think of our precious Hin. All right, everybody, lots of love, and I look forward to seeing some of you this evening. Thank you for hosting, Lou and Mary. Okay, all right, everybody.